Hi, Shelley here. Today I'm going to do a quick art journal page. If you're interested in any of the stencils I'm using, stencils or papers, you can check out my Pay-Hip shop, which I'll link below. So let's get started. My art journal page is 15.5 by 10.5, I think. I like to water down my Mod Podge a little bit. I just like the way it behaves better. I don't measure. Well, that's not going to work, Shelley. I need it underneath. There we go. Now. And anyway, so I just put a little bit in. I mean, it's pretty runny, as you can tell. That's how I like it. Still thick enough to do everything I want it to do. I'll give it a good smush. I'm not worried about getting every single wrinkle out. I want to try to do a pretty good job. I don't like brush strokes, so what I like to do is take a couple of baby wipes and wad them up and just gently kiss the surface to get a nice textured texture on there. And then it also kind of evens out everything and helps the Mod Podge dry more evenly and faster. And then I don't have to wait as long to get going again, but it still leaves me with a beautiful surface. Right now I've got my stencil. I think I want to put out a little bit of light gray with a tiny little bit of blue. And let's try just one drop and see what that gets us. This is just part of my background, so I'm just going to put a few here and there. I like to pounce quickly all over so that I don't glob any paint underneath. Let's see how I did. It's not a perfect image, but it's good enough for what I'm doing. I just want a little something in my background. Oh, what a goober. I had a couple spots, as you probably well know and saw, that I forgot to punch out. I didn't do my weeding very good. Anyways, I think I have everything out now. So I went back in and fixed these with the two little spots that I didn't have cut out. So that is done. Now the next thing I want to do gray paint is a little bit runny. It's very old. I'm trying to use it up. Oh my goodness. You're way bad. So here's what we're going to do. This is the nice part about working on a Mod Podge surface. You can just go and remove it before it dries. And my gray stayed all right because it is dry. Now I took a little bit of it off, but that's okay. It's just background anyway. A little bit thicker than the last one. Again, not going for perfection, but I want you to be able to see it. And then I want to go in, let's dry that real quick. Now I want to do my journey. And I'm not going to make my connections. I think that it's kind of groovy the way it is, although I didn't get my end very good, the bottom part of the end, so I'll fix that in just a second. Now I am going to put a little heart right here around Iowa. That's where I live. And I am going to finish my heart off. The next thing I want to try, and I've never done this on a journal page before, and because it's a little concave, a little bit sloped, I put a chip brush underneath to kind of make it a little more flat, and that maybe this is going to be a big disaster. I don't know. I'm going to take a cup and put a little bit of water into it because I want my paint to be very watery. I'm going to take the rest of my light blue and put in here, blue gray, and then I'm going to put a little bit more of my navy. I want a little darker. I'm going to put a little bit of alcohol. This is 91% alcohol. Got it at Walmart, I think. And now we'll see if we can get this to lay flat enough, or if it's all gonna pool in the center, and if it's gonna work at all. And I'm just going to go all over, brush my paint on. Probably should have used a large chip brush, done a little bit faster. Alright, now I'm going to take my little pipette and my alcohol. Ooh, it's working. It's very subtle. All right, now I'm going to see if I can stand up high and dry it a little bit. I'm going to take a baby wipe and just touch up my Iowa just a little tiny bit. You can definitely see Iowa, the word. By the way, if you don't have a pipette, you could just take a brush, dip it in the alcohol, and then tap it around. It works just as well. I'm going to take a little bit of modeling paste. little bit of black paint. You got to be careful when you mix, or at least I do with the modeling paste I use the Alex Fast Dry caulk, silicone acrylic caulk. But it really, you can really get it thinned out if you put too much paint in it. So it's really hard to get it vivid colors. Jet black when you're mixing it with the white. I just thought it might be fun to try, or a big disaster is to mix some glitter in with my modeling paste. So I don't know how it's going to go, but I want to try it. A little more running. Hopefully it's not going to be a disaster. Ooh, okay. Very cool. It's a little chunky, little high in spots, but I think I'm okay with that. I think it's kind of groovy. All right, our page is looking great, I think. Hopefully you agree. And I can see, it's very hard, it's not real obvious, but you can see a little bit of the glitter coming through on my star, but I want just a little bit more than that. And I'm just going to go ahead and use a little bit in the cap because it's not going to take very much. There's a little brush here. And I'm using the metallic folk art sequin black. And I've just got a medium round brush that's a little thicker. Maybe I should have got a liner brush for this. Smaller areas, but I'm going with this. It's an art journal page. I don't want to be fussy, just having fun. I know it's kind of hard for you to see the texture, but the texture is just yummy, I think. I would definitely do the glitter in the modeling paste again. All right. I think that is plenty. I think it looks really cool. Still a little bit wet, but I'm very pleased with how it all turned out. Hey, thanks for joining me today. I really enjoyed making this page. It was a quick art journal page, and that's just what I needed today. And I hope you'll join me next time. Thanks. Bye.